Welcome to Film2Field Case Studies, where we sit down with players, coaches, and football professionals to break down the lessons, habits, and study processes that drive success on and off the field. Today's case is a conversation with Miguel Jackson, defensive lineman from Northwestern University, as he chronicles his path from Pittsburgh to Big Ten football. Miguel, can you just go through your career and then tell us how football has been inspirational to you over the time and over your stint?
Yeah, no, football played a big role in my life. It's a huge role in my life. My life revolves around football through everything I do, and I try to use how I play football and how I think, have a mentality. I try to use that in life, real life situations, and I learned a lot throughout my life. Throughout my years of just getting older, I learned a lot, and shoot, I just want to let y'all know what I'm doing, and I just want to know. I just want to give y'all a little story about everything. So I should start in college, high school. Where should I start at?
Start in high school because you're a Pittsburgh kid, and then I know a lot of those boys in Northwestern may
Mhm.
not know that, but you're a
Right.
Pittsburgh kid. So start little
Little
league
league.
all the way through.
All right, cool. So I started my playing career. I actually started playing flag football when I was 6 years old, and I really enjoyed the game. And just watching my older brother. He played football as well. So just I like watching the game, and just grew up watching it and playing it around my whole life. So yeah, I played football at YMCA. Shout out to flag football. They're doing their thing right now, Pittsburgh flag. And hopefully I get to see some of the boys at my camp coming up at end of July. But yeah, I started playing flag when I was 6. Then I started playing tackle when I was 10 years old, and I was playing offensive line and defensive line. I was playing for the Penn Hills Indians.
Yep.
Shout out Penn Hills Indians,
Shout out
and
to Indians.
it was cool. I enjoyed my time there, and then I actually transferred to a different program. It was called Guy Suda football. It was out Fox Chapel, and grew up playing with them boys. I still talk to them to this day, for real. And it's pretty cool.
Bro,
It's a
them Penn
pretty
Hills
cool
guys Suda days
experience.
was crazy.
Yeah, it's really a good mix because a lot of Penn Hills guys went to the Guy Suda team as well, and it was just a good mix to do that. So then I started playing. When I moved out to middle school, I moved out to Pine Richland. And it was a different experience. It was cool. Transferring schools and just meeting new people. And like I said, I still talk to those dudes to this day. They're still my brothers and all that. And but yeah, started playing football at Pine Richland. I was actually running back. I miss those days, telling the rock. So, I'm still a little athlete. I'm over 300 right now, but I can still move good. And I still wish I was play running back, but it all worked out though. It all worked out at the end. So played running back, D line, linebacker. I was kind of like the Michael Parsons on the defense of the side of the ball as well. So it was pretty cool, pretty fun. But then going to high school, that's where I really started locking in on my techniques and my talents, and I was playing defensive end and offensive guard, and it was cool. I really like playing, offensive guard, but defensive side of the ball. That's my passion.
For
I like
sure.
defense. I like hitting, and I'm very aggressive. So I really like just stopping the offense in their tracks. I like being a villain. Yeah. So high school, no, it was cool. Started playing varsity my sophomore year. First game against IMG Academy. That was a eye opener. That's talent, big recruiting all over the country, and
I
it
bet
was
that.
good experience for sure. We lost 48-0. Still remember to this day. It's on YouTube somewhere, but
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that because when they came up, they had just really started to become IMG when you was in school. So when
hmm
y'all boys played them, it was like, oh, they're coming to play a Pittsburgh team. Pittsburgh team got to show out. So
yeah.
but we
Always
saw
played.
different level competition. But hey, that's how it is, man. But go ahead. After Pine Richland, success there, championship there,
Yeah.
and what else?
And everything, I was a part of that COVID class. During COVID, I was getting recruited during COVID, and during my recruiting process, it was weird. Everything was on FaceTime. I was recruiting on Zoom calls and all that, and it was a lot of calls throughout the day. We were homeschooled, so just calling coaches while on Zoom classes. So it was fun though. It was fun going through that experience. But at first I committed to Liberty University, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some I guess too many people had came back for that COVID year, so there wasn't enough scholarships for me. So I committed to University of North Carolina at Charlotte. And, it was a cool experience. I was there for 3 years. And, I really enjoyed my time there. I learned a lot about myself. I stepped up my game year by year, and I met a lot of people in my life, and now I'm very blessed to be, to have the opportunity to play at Charlotte. But just it was unfortunate how things ended. Just a lot of things were just happening in the back end. So
Yeah.
I transferred to Utah State, and it was a cool experience going out to Utah. Beautiful place. I was out there for a year. Beautiful place, and mountains are beautiful. The stadium background was beautiful, and no, yeah, I was very excited. I was going into my last year as I thought. It was my fourth year. I was playing 4 for 4, and shoot, going spring ball, I had tore my labrum, and I just tried to rehab it, tried to go through it, play it out, and throughout the summer, fall camp, and fall camp, I was okay. I had a couple incidents, but I was okay trying to thug it out through the season. But I was doing my thing the first couple games of the season, made a couple plays, and but I just kept having issues with my shoulder. It just kept dislocating and subluxing, and really, I just really couldn't continue. I was really kind of hurting the team. I feel like I was hurting the team if I was continue playing on the field like that. But it was just unfortunate. So I ended up getting surgery during that season, and I medical redshirted that season. So I eventually transferred out to Utah State. You know, coaching staff had changed, and they were just trying to figure out the roster. So
Yeah.
I eventually transferred out to Northwestern. I was very fortunate to have that opportunity, and coaches believed in me, and it was just crazy because back to my high school days, and like a lot of coaches really didn't think I had the potential to play at the P5 P4 level, or whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it now, and because just my height, my size, but really just turn on the film, and really you can just see what I can do, and I show what I do on film. So really don't care. Put me against a 6'6", 6'5" guy, and I still dominate. So transfer out to Northwestern. That's Big Ten ball. Big run heavy. Big linemen there all the time. So I mean, people always try to say that to me. I'll just be like, wow, like y'all still be thinking this. I'm like, I still made it. Just levels and levels up, and I just be like, wow. And like I said, I like being that villain. I like to prove people wrong. That's that villain role I be talking about, and I just like to prove people wrong and just prove all the doubters. So yeah, transfer out of Northwestern. Go back to my story. Transfer out of Northwestern. Oh, what's up? My bad.
No, you good.
Oh yeah,
I think your story, it shows so much resiliency because you had so much adversity, and you had adversity that almost every player has some type of experience with, whether it be a coaching change, whether it be recruiting differences or recruiting challenges, whether it be coach, what do you call it, injury, change in schools. I mean, I think you went through almost every type of athletic adversity you can have, wins, losses, being doubted, to show that you can still grow and go from high school where people didn't believe in you. Now you playing on a Big Ten stage at Northwestern. It's just a testament to your work ethic, the time that you put in, and just like the grit that you have to keep going. And I've been a fan ever since you were just Mike Jack's little brother. And whenever I seen you come out for Pine Richmond, I was like, man, look how big he's gotten. And I've always been a fan. So to see you go from there to the place you are now, man, hats off to you, Miguel, for sure. Because it's
Appreciate
been a
it.
crazy journey. What is what is something? So you talked about all your stops. You had Charlotte, you had Utah State, you had now you're at Northwestern, and even going back to high school. What is something that's similar at all these stops that you kind of can find comfort in? Because there's been some uncomfortable situations that you had to deal with. What's something that's been comfortable or similar in all these different stops for you along your career?
No, I'm just trying to build those relationships. Building relationships is important in my life. I really have a tight group of people in my life that I can rely on. I trust. I talk to, and just like I said, each stop I was at, and just meeting the new people, I still talk to them to this day. If I need some, we gonna talk to each other. So I just appreciate all those people in my life who built those relationships with.
Yeah. So I mean, so that pulls back to character. You're a high character guy. You got good stuff going on, and I think those are where those relationships really come from. Just staying loyal and solid to yourself and your career and your family and the people around you. Um, you did it for me a couple years ago. I think it's going on like 3 years now, bro. It's been 3 years. You came to my first grade class, or we had an after school program with the boys group. Some of those boys, like I said, are getting into their junior, senior years. There's a defensive end out of that group. I got a left tackle out of the group. I got a running back out of the group. And now you're going through to have your youth camp. Where did that feeling or that drive to kind of be to give back and then take this mentorship role, where do you think that came from and how was that cultivated in your life?
Yeah, so I just feel like a lot of these kids nowadays just need like that role model in their life to just look up to and just be like, dang, I just want to be like him one day, and not even just like that, building their own path, but just to look up to. And no, I went to all these camps growing up. I've been to Ben Roethlisberger camp, Ryan Mundy, Ryan Clark camps growing up, and just all these different people who I always just looked up to. I'm just trying to continue that cycle, and hopefully those kids can continue that cycle as well.
For sure. So I mean, and the camp is a way to do it. You started it last year. Now year two, we're gonna have a bigger turnout. It's gonna be a lot of fun. July 25th, right?
Correct. Yeah, July 25th. It's going to be at Pine Richland Stadium, so that's the stadium that I played at. Friday Night Lights. Hopefully I can see a lot of them folks there. So a lot of
For
kids there,
sure.
and I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this go around.
For sure. So for those kids that may be listening, like I said, you were a superhero in my class for the next like 2, 3 months. They kept on saying, "Hey, coach, thanks for bringing that player around." I looked up his game film and everything. He played for Charlotte. That's the green team, right? I was like, "Yeah, that's Miguel. He's doing a good job out there at Charlotte." Can you take those boys through and just speak to what does the day in the life look like for a Northwestern Wildcat? Like meetings, practice, film study, sleep. What is all this? What does that look like a day in the life of a Northwestern football player?
Yeah. So out here, first thing I noticed, academics is very important out here. At my other two schools, academics was important, but Northwestern has a certain standard,
For sure.
and I had to, set that standard when I got here. And obviously, I was doing good in school still, and I was doing good. So having to know balancing having that student athlete, that's actual having that term. Like that's the actual thing, being a
For
student athlete.
sure.
You're just not just going to school just to play ball, but like you actually want to learn something. Like you're getting a free degree. Like you want to learn something while you're here. Just don't waste your time. Try to build. Like I said, build those relationships. Try to intern for someone in the summer if you have time, and just try to build. There's so many. There's so many mentors from the program, and the alum programs are huge. They really love athletes, and they want to help the athletes. So this is just something that you just want to tap into when you get that opportunity.
That's for sure. That's for sure. What do you? So like practice, game film, watching film, meeting with your coaches.
Hmm.
What's just take me through your schedule?
So
What's that?
yeah, so back to my schedule. So I try to wake up around like 5 a.m. I try to get my mind right, my body right. I'm getting older, so I'm trying to hit that rehab. We call it prehab now, prevention. So we try to get my body right in the morning. I got to stretch out, roll out, do all this stuff, to do, get my body warm. Then I get a light breakfast in as well. I drink collagen with a little energy waffle as well. Get some little fruit snacks. Then after our workout, get our workout in, good workout. That's when I get my big breakfast in. And after our breakfast, then I get my treatment in, and that's another prehab prevention. Treatment is a big thing in my process now. Our coach, our strength coach, Coach Spano, shout out to him. We talk about what's going to be your process of the day. Every day, and me and him talked, and we kind of built like a little process sheet, and I've been following it, and I've been seeing a lot of results recently, and just going through all that is really helping me.
That's dope.
um so just getting that treatment in, and after treatment, I get another meal in. That's another big meal, something like that. Then I really just like to chill after, take a good nap in. That's another part of that process.
For sure.
That's recovery. Recovery is a big part of my process as well. So get a good nap in. Then I also like to watch film. Film is a big part. Really right now, we're off of school right now, so film is very key in my process right now. Just trying to learn new things, trying to put stuff in my bag, and just trying to learn and build. Really,
You
so
hit you hit on a couple good points. Like whenever I'm coaching and we harp on treatment, like boys don't take it as serious as they need to in high school. And we're telling them like, yo, if you want to play and where you got a nagging injury or you want to be warm, go to treatment. Don't be late. Do it twice. And you guys got prehab now. So now that you said that, hopefully they listen to make
right.
sure you take care of your body before you play for sure. And then you went back to let's get into the nitty gritty of film because film to field is what it's all about. Taking
Hmm.
what you learn in film and putting it on the field. My first question for your film study is how do you attack those I wouldn't even say weaknesses, those areas of growth that you want to get better in? Because we all got strength. You have a crazy get off. You have sideline lateral speed that you got from linebacker, running back play. Now that I'm learning, but like, what are those technical things, or how do you attack some of those areas that you want to grow in? I've learned about your processes for taking care of your body and your systems for going at it. So how do you attack um, your areas of growth?
So yeah, a lot of things that I learned watching film. It's just the small little details and working through it slow, try to build the movement up and try to get that muscle memory right. Watching that in film, then taking it to the field. And it's cool because at Northwestern we got this little VR room where it gives us a little big projector, and we can actually like go through plays and all that. So that's a big film piece of us. We're going through it with the freshmen right now. So hopefully,
Okay.
they're learning and all that. But yeah, film is just so important. Just watching the minute little details, and playing it in slow motion, and just going back and back and back and back, and just trying to process it and taking it to the field really. So
Yeah, that's hand placement, that alignment, all the small your steps, your get off, all that stuff.
right.
Um, I didn't know y'all had the because I seen that like it's starting to like hit college football in
Hmm.
waves. They have the little VR room where you can stand, like, and say if you are a defensive lineman, you can have a line out in front of you, and you can stand in your one technique, or you can stand on the edge and see how the blocks are developing. I didn't know y'all had that at Northwestern. That is dope, and that's
No,
cutting
yeah,
edge
it's
stuff.
cool. Cool little system they got over here. So, like like I said, it's just helping out the freshmen a lot, and I'm just trying to hopefully, I'm an old guy in the room now, so I'm trying to help the young guys out.
Oh, what? So as you help those old guys out, you guys are using all these things, film study and virtual technology. What's something about IQ, like football IQ, that has grown over the course of your career and that you try to give to the young guys?
So, building on the IQ. it's just knowing what you can do and how you can level it up. Okay, everyone's not a Michael Parsons, everyone's not an Aaron Donald, but you can be Miguel Jackson, you can be yourself.
Yep.
And you got to learn how you can control what you control and hone in on those little details and just keep building off of it. There's a famous quote. My one coach my freshman year said, Bruce Lee was talking about, Bruce Lee said, who, I fear the man who doesn't, or I fear the man who, I don't fear
Practices.
the, no, he
I
said,
got. I know it. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
don't fear the man who
yeah. Practice a
practiced that
thousand
kid
punches one
a
time
thousand kicks, but I fear the man who practiced that one kick 1,000 times. So
for sure.
practicing your moves, your counter moves, your regular move, your power, your finesse, all that. So just learning how to do that and knowing what you're good at, just lock in on that and just hone in on that.
That's And for me watching your film, I watched 3 or 4 games of yours, man. And what I noticed from your time at Charlotte to now going into your time at Northwestern, your block recognition has improved. Like now you can feel when somebody's trying to lean on you for an inside zone, or you can feel when that double team is coming down because you played a 3 tech, right? Yeah,
Correct.
so you could feel that double team coming down on your shoulder because now gap scheme coming and you could fight against it. That was one of the biggest things that jumped out. There was a play, I think y'all boys was playing FIU with Charlotte, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like around the second quarter. Y'all were up like 14. It might have been 14 nothing, 14-3. But they brought that zone read quarterback in and he started killing a little bit. The play that stopped that drive is they tried to run inside zone against you. You felt the double team, you felt the flow of leverage. You were able to press the point, arm over. Your linebacker filled the A gap. You came right B gap and made the play for it. It wasn't a loss, but it was stoned at the line. And
Mm-hmm.
after that, the drive stalled out, and them boys punted, and y'all were able to get. That game was crazy too because like right after one of your sacks, they scored the next play, and then they went right back to number 0. So that was crazy. That was a good game to watch.
Yeah.
But that's what I noticed the most from your improvement is like understanding what type of blocks are affecting you. And I have nothing to think that it's not only experience, but it's your commitment to studying film as well, man.
Yeah, and just those little things, and just pre-snap alignments. If the linemen's leaning forward, leaning back. A lot of these linemen's top heavy nowadays, so you can really tell if they're going to be running or passing. So it's just really just lock in on those attention to detail moments and just lock in on those little keys. Then that's just going to make you play faster. Learning backfield recognition, then learning if the tight end's on or off the ball. Just learning all of that. So just learning just the attention to detail pieces
That
because
that's
a lot of people
actually
don't think about that.
Go ahead. That was actually my next question. It was like, man, when you go to the line, when y'all break huddle, boom, offensive line is coming out. Where do your eyes go pre-snap to give yourself some of those answers to the test? So, like, take
Yeah,
me through your pre-snap checklist.
yeah. So I really look at the backfield set first. I see if it's pistol, if it's offset, if it's gun strong, weak. So I just try to look at the backfield set at first. Then I see linemen because a lot of these days, like I said, linemen top heavy. They be they chubby now. So and they lean. They're big leaners. So you can tell, and the eyes. You can sometimes look at their eyes. They see where they're going sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Your
oh,
sack. So I watched the game above the bowl game,
hmm
and the play that you made the sack, the lineman leaned like he was over his toes. So when you shocked him, it got him off balance, and then you just gave him a move, and it was to the quarterback, man.
hmm
So like you could definitely sit on those. You could definitely sit on those tendencies for sure.
yeah,
Um, this has been great so far, Miguel. Appreciate you talking to me today, man. I'm going to keep it with the film because that's what we do at Film2Field. We focus
love it.
on those techniques and tendencies that like sometimes they're missed in highlights. Like it's that boring stuff that you do each play. So what do you when you watch film alone, man? What's something that separates productive film study from just watching those highlights? Like what's a productive film session look like to you?
The productive film study, how I just look at everything. I try to sort everything out by categories, groups
Yeah.
by groups, and try to place them how I should play the block or how I should play the play in general. So if they're a big inside zone team, I like to group all those plays together, or I'll group all the screens together. Then I'll group formations together as well. If they're um if they're doing a formation a lot, they keep hitting it. They keep going back to that certain formation. I like to break it down in the groups to just place them. So it just makes it look easier, and it really just makes the film break down easier as well.
Yeah. Setting those categories up for yourself too, and then like the top 5 plays that they like to run. So if you know you facing a gap scheme team this week, now you're gonna be able to see all the formations that they like to run counter and power out. If you facing a zone team, this is how they like to attack you, or how does that guard and tackle or that center and guard combination like work against you? You've
Hmm.
been really versatile your whole career, like you said, linebacker, running back, DN in high school. Then you went down into the interior playing 1 tech, 3 tech. What is your most enjoyable position that you like to play on the D line?
Mm, I really miss the DN days. I miss being on that island. But rushing from a three tech is cool as well because no, you're still way more athletic than a guard.
Yeah,
So it really, once you get that one on one with a guard, you really could learn how to beat them. Then just cook them up. It's called an ISO game. So I like to be a little Allen Iverson. So
that's dope, man.
yeah,
So let me say, I'm gonna botch his name, Coach Kalaji,
yeah,
your new
Coach K.
defensive line coach. So they say
Yeah,
players take on the personality of their coaches, right?
yeah.
So what are some of the traits that you've taken from Coach Kalaji and added to your game, or what has your relationship been like as you all been built in this offseason?
Coach K is great. Like how he comes with a mentality every day. Like he builds a certain mentality. Like he was in the league for a minute. He's been in the league 9, 10 years. So how he comes into the meetings, he first starts off with a quote of the day. Then he just talks about just life, just being real with us. So being real is very important. Just still obviously being in the football space, you just got to be authentic, be
Yeah,
yourself. And he's being himself every day, and he's building this certain mentality in our minds. And I appreciate him. And I appreciate what he's doing for us, and he's elevating my game to another step that I didn't think I was going to be.
what have been some of your focus points this offseason, whenever you're in conversations with him, or like just personal goals for yourself that you want to get better at?
Yeah, so just really just taking care of my body. I've been through a lot of injuries, and just trying to take care of my body was the main thing this off season with me, and just learning what I can do and what I can control. So that
That's
was
dope,
just a big
man.
big part. I talked to Coach K a lot, and we also have another coach, Coach Wyatt, and we just talked a lot about just when I'm feeling good, that's when I'm going to be playing my best. So I just got to be on that field all 12 games and make something shake.
That's dope. I mean, 12 games and then you play in the Big Ten. So
Yeah,
y'all going to see some talent, some competition. It's going to
I'm
be some
excited.
more adversity.
I'm
What are
excited.
you most excited about this year for this upcoming season?
Shoot, I'm excited to play again. I feel like keep getting my years taken away from me. So I just want to be on that field. This is it's time. It's time to make something shake. And then we're playing in a new stadium this year too. So I'm excited to do that. It's gonna be a cool experience.
That's the stadium on the lake.
Yeah. So yeah. It's
Man,
so
y'all facilities is crazy.
nah, yeah, it's cool. Cool little system they got over here. So
Hey, I did not know Northwestern was laid out like that. Because Northwestern, when you think of Northwestern, they're like the little brothers of the Big Ten. Not saying
yeah.
like I'm not
Nah,
saying that, not
I
no
hear you. I hear
disrespect.
you. I
But
feel
people
you.
look at Northwestern, they're like, man, they're the North. It's like Penn State, O State, Michigan, and then everybody else. And then so when you go to Northwest, I was like, yo, these first of all, y'all jersey combinations with the purple, the
I
black,
always got
the
some new
gold,
unis.
the jerseys is crazy. And then when I seen y'all facilities, that stadium on the lake. the new softball. I was like, oh, Northwestern is a school that more people need to pay respect to because they're definitely. It just takes that one season, and y'all can be big dogs for sure.
and
But
then and
I'm
it's
a fan.
cool, and it's cool. You know, everyone can keep that perspective. You know, it's cool because we're just gonna keep the brotherhood tight. You know, just gonna keep the main thing the main thing, and try to win games, the Big Ten championship.
That's what's up, man, for sure. And I'm a
Right?
fan now. I might. So college football just came out, right? And
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick a team to do my dynasty with. It might just be Northwestern, so we
Oh
could
yeah,
take
the
down.
brother. I'm about to say we got the new stadium in the game, we got the new unis.
So it
We
might
got
be
everything.
Northwestern. We're gonna
Might
take
as
down the O
well.
States and Penn States. What is? Have you played the game?
No, I didn't get to play the new one yet.
What was? Did you play the old one? So what was
Yeah,
it
I played
like?
the old ones. Yeah,
What
yeah.
was it like seeing yourself in the video game for the first time? Because that's one of those things like you play Madden growing up, playing with your favorite stars. What was it like seeing yourself in the game and being able to play as yourself in the game the first time?
Nah, no doubt. It was cool. It was a fun experience, and it was cool playing. And they kind of did me dirty. I look a little chunky on the game, but it's all right. Though. We gonna they gonna get the face scan when I get that 99 overall by the end of the
Hey, that's
season. So
dope, bro. That's
uh,
dope. I'm
I'm
really thinking
excited
about it
later
now.
this year.
I'm really thinking about it now. Northwestern got to be the team with the new unis, the new stadium, and we get an opportunity to build and take down the Big Ten. Y'all might be the
Yeah,
team that I roll with for my dynasty this year.
do it.
Miguel, I appreciate your time today. I got one more question for you. It's a closing tradition on Film to Field podcast. I've been asking all my guests that I've been talking to, and the last question is: what is a book from either your life or your playing career that has influenced you, or that you've used in different capacities?
So I like to say two books. Chop Wood, Carry Water. We read that my freshman year at Charlotte, and I just learned a lot of lessons reading that book and just trying to build on, trying to take it to real life. And the second book I would like to say is Life 365 by Lou Carella. That's my strength coach at Charlotte. Well, he's at Rice University now, but he's the author of the book, and there's quotes in it on every page, and I try to read a page, when I'm feeling down or when I need that motivation, because Coach Lou, shout out to him. He was a good strength coach in the past, and I really just enjoy what he brought to the table.
What was that first title one more time?
Chop wood, carry water.
Chop wood, carry water.
Yeah,
I got two more that I can add to the list, man.
yeah,
Miguel,
I
it's
like.
been great, bro. I appreciate you.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
joining
you
me
having
today on
me.
the podcast, bro.
Nah, that was cool. I appreciate it. You gotta do it again. I'm trying to come into the school again. Talk to the kids again. That'll be a cool experience.
Hey, when you back in the city, man, I'll be in third grade, so we be upstairs now. It won't be the first or the after school program. You might have to come during the lunchtime, but you could definitely get back in, talk to the kids,
Yeah.
and be in front of them, share your story. They'll be real interested, man. You were like I said, you were a superhero
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Just trying to
for
give
sure.
back, continue that cycle.
Thanks for watching this episode of Film to Field Case Studies. If you found value in today's conversation, a summary can be found in the show notes. Subscribe and share it with another athlete or coach, and we'll see you in the next case.